People will look at me and wonder, she can't be in tech. Is she an engineer? Yes, I'm a software engineer. Hi, I'm Dixie and I'm a front-end developer. I come from a pretty non-traditional background. I have a bachelor's degree in education. I don't have a formal education in computer science. Around summer 2018, I went to a coding bootcamp, Code Academy in Miami, Florida, and I haven't looked back since. So I currently work at IBM as a front-end developer. I'm working on an open source project called OpenBmc that originally started as a prototype at a Facebook hackathon, and now it's evolved into a whole open source community with contributors from companies like, obviously, IBM, Intel, Facebook, Google, Microsoft. It's a pretty interesting project. I've learned a lot. You know, I joined IBM as a fresh developer right after my coding bootcamp, a few months after. So I, had the opportunity to learn, grow, ask questions, make mistakes. So as a front-end developer, it's really important in this role to constantly be learning and flexible to trying new things, and not just sticking to one and saying, oh, I'm this type of developer and no other kind of developer. So looking back to when I was younger, I didn't even consider going into tech as my career. I wasn't necessarily discouraged from getting into tech, but I wasn't really encouraged into getting into it as well. I kind of thought of it as more of a hobby. So I remember back in high school and middle school, making MySpace layouts for my friends, making cool animations across the screen, scrolling words, marquees, adding music. To me, that was the extent of web development. I didn't know anything beyond that. And like I said, it wasn't necessarily discouraged, but I wasn't encouraged, or I didn't know about some of the opportunities out there. I didn't see myself as an engineer, and I think that was the biggest problem. And to me, that is why diversity and representation in technology is so important. There's so many girls out there like me in middle school or high school who are dabbling, exploring, and learning things, and they're not necessarily getting that encouragement. And when they look at people in those fields, maybe they're like me and they don't see anyone that looks like them, or they can't connect or see themselves and put themselves in the shoes of the people in that career, right? So representation matters. It's important.